Hey babes, so I'm here with a video of my girl. She wanted to get a glam for her birthday. So I'm starting out using NYX brow gel, and I'm going through the brows and just making sure they're in place and they're held. So that's what I'm doing now. Then I'm going in with some translucent powder. I think I chose Laura Mercier. And I went in and set the brow gel because I like my brows to look very matte. I feel like they look better and they look really good in pictures. So after a few minutes, I dust it off. Then I go in under the brow. As you can tell, I use a lighter color from like the middle of the arch and back. And I go in with like a flat brush. And the concealer I'm using, if I'm not mistaken, is Tarte Shape Tape. And then I use a little bit darker concealer in the front of the brow. And I blend. I'm going to blend it out. I was probably talking. I'm always talking. So I use a Real Technique brush. And I blend out. As you can see, I also hold down her lash extensions so no product will get on her lash extensions, because baby, those lash extensions were giving. So then I set the lid as well with powder, a translucent powder. That helps any creasing of the eyelid, because once you put on eyeshadow, you want to make sure that your colors are able to mesh and blend seamlessly. So I love setting the eyelid. So I'm going to go in with, I think it's a Juvia's Place palette. Yes, a Juvia's Place palette. And I go in with like a burnt orange and a reddish brown. And I mix those two together and go in her crease with it. So basically, I'm going to use this as a transition shade. And as you can see, when I'm blending, I go from, leave some space in that brow bone so you have that brow bone highlight. And I absolutely love the way this look turns out. I feel like it's the perfect brown smoky eye. And I do it quite often. Actually, I think this might become my signature look. So anyway, as the video is going, I hope you guys are having a wonderful, well, today for me is Sunday. Hopefully I get this uploaded on Sunday. So yeah. Okay, now I went in with a darker brown that has a reddish undertone. And I go and put that on the lid, and I blend that from the under the crease and on the lid. And as you can see, I just take one shadow and I do that. And I just blend it until I feel like it's perfectly blended. I love a blended eye. So, of course, I'm going to blend. Of course, as you know me. So now we're going to start, we're going to do a little skin prep. So now at this moment, I am applying e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. I absolutely love that primer. I think it works amazing. So I go in with that and let that sit for a little minute until it gets tacky on the skin, because you want to make sure that whatever foundation you put on there gets tacky. So as I let that sit, I go in with a liner. So I use a pencil brush and go in with Inglot liner in black. I think it's number 88. Inglot liner is the best liner, hands down, period. So after I go in with the liner, okay, I go in and fill in the brows, because what I do is just set the brows and I start on the eye. So later on, I go back and I fill in the brows as a process. So for me as an artist, I love a more natural brow. I don't really like it pronounced or really carving. So I like more of a natural brow. So that's what we're getting here. We're getting more of me just outlining the brow, using her natural brow hairs. Her natural brow hairs as a guide. And she already has beautiful brows. I love her brows. And I don't know what she doing right here, shimmering. Okay, Phyllis, she feeling herself. She saw herself in the camera, as she should. Because when you come to me, it's going to be a good time every time, period. I don't know what I was doing right here. Maybe I was mixing some stuff up. So right here, as you can see, I'm going in with 2 different foundations, actually. So for her particularly, I go in with a lighter in the inside that's more yellow toned because she likes her foundation like that. So I want to mix the 2. I go in with the lighter, then on the chin and around the outer parts, I go in with her actual skin tone. And then I try to avoid the under eye area because I find that if you put foundation and concealer under that area, you crease really badly. And I feel like it's too much product and it becomes cakey. So I blend the foundation all over except right under her eye. And as you can tell, it's going to look good. And she also has in blonde hair as well. So you have to be careful because sometimes blonde hair will make you look lighter than what you are. So as makeup artists, make sure that you be considerate of that. Make sure you always blend with the chest or neck depending on the client. And the foundation that I'm using is, I think Maybelline Fit Me today. I use Maybelline Fit Me on her. And then now I'm going in to highlight the under eye area. Since it is her birthday, I am highlighting it wider than I usually do. Only because she wanted that bright under eye highlight, especially for pictures. So I'm going in with 1 size concealer. And as you see, when I'm blending, I blend around first so the inner part of the concealer can sit. So you can get the more coverage under the eye. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. As you can see, I'm taking the 1 size with a flat brush. And just going in under that under eye to give her the highlighted look. And then blending it out with a Real Technique brush. I love that Real Technique brush for blending out the under eye. And then I always go in with my foundation brush and brush out the edges of the concealer. So everything flows into the foundation really good. So now I'm taking the black opal foundation stick and contouring her face. For me, I don't really do a harsh contour. I like to do the contour for bronzing purposes. So my structure of the way I quote unquote contour is really me giving the face some color. I really don't contour clients unless they ask me. I feel like contouring is sometimes unnecessary on different face shapes. So when I contour, I really call it bronzing. I like to bring color back into the face where I took it out of. And the brushes that I'm using to blend the foundation and stuff are Real Technique brushes as well. So now I'm going to set the under eye or the highlighted areas. So I'm going in with my Laura Mercier powder, my translucent powder, and I'm setting those areas. And I'm using a lot because she is a client that particularly gets oily. Usually I don't use that much all under the eye. I just do it towards what would that be called? The tear duct area. But for her, she gets really oily, so I want to make sure that she's protected throughout the day because, of course, it's her birthday. She's going to turn up, so I don't want her sweating and stuff and her makeup is coming off. So now I'm sweeping that off with a big fluffy brush. Usually I take a foundation powder, which is usually MAC, and I use that to set the entire face and sweep off the excess white powder from the translucent powder that we used. Then I'm taking a small brush and getting right under that eye to wipe that away. And right now she feeling herself, y'all. She be feeling herself when she be seeing it. So now I'm going in under her eye. And I am doing the same thing I did on top, which I'm using those browns and kind of smoking out that lash line so it can match the top. I love doing this step. I feel like an eye isn't complete if you don't do it at the bottom as well. So now we're going to blush. I didn't use a liquid blush on her. So I went in with a powder blush and I got that from the crayon case, the little blush book. And I absolutely love a pink blush. It gives I'm that girl, period. Now I'm going in with a pencil eyeliner just to tight line her eye to give it a little more smoke. And then we're doing highlights. I don't do it on all clients, but on clients that like it. And then my camera start recording. So here's some pictures of my lovely clients. Look, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment.